In the first 30 days, I could say that I made around 36K. The team was very friendly in helping and understanding and figuring out. Though the modules were very helpful, we need some assurance from people
Correct.
when we talk with them. So they were like, "Yeah, you can follow this and you can follow that," and that was also very good. Working remotely here for an Indian startup, I felt like I should do something for myself so that it would drive me for something better and not be pushed into depression.
Hey everyone, Nivetha Muralidharan here. In today's Hall of Fame interview, we have Faheera Azam here. So welcome to the Hall of Fame, Faheera. Just to give a small intro of why did you join this particular program, or how did the entire journey started?
Yeah. So initially, my partner and I, we wanted to start this. He was looking into Instagram and he found your course. He was pretty interested in the way that you carry forward the modules and the way that you come up with with some strategies or the way you teach. So he joined a small course, like I think it was like for 299 or 399, like 2 years ago. I think
Oh,
during
okay.
2020. So back then he joined it and he liked it, but he wanted to start, but he did not have the bandwidth to do it. Later, after we got married, we thought that we should start with this. And three things that we like the most with going with your modules. So one is you seem to be very reliable. Second is you are also from South. Third thing is that you do not claim that if you do this, you will become a millionaire or something. You do not claim. You say that you can just follow this and try this out. So that is how we thought that we can rely upon you, and that is how we ended up with this course. And going with Amazon again, the corporate life is very uncertain, and we want to do something that could keep us going. And also staying away, we always get stuck with loneliness. So I thought that we should do something that would keep us going, and it could also be a backup for our for our life. So that is how we ended up with joining your course, and I'm pretty happy with all the outcomes that I have achieved so far.
Great. So you mentioned few words, loneliness, everything. I could resonate here. So to the audience,
Yeah.
can you share from actually where you live and where are you actually from the place in India?
Yeah. So actually, I am from Chennai, and I completed my master's in 2023. And soon after my master's, I got married. I was working in in an Indian startup, but after marriage, I thought I could take a career break. And during that time, the weather abroad is always. I live in Ireland basically as of now, so the weather abroad is always very depressing, and that itself will contribute to a lot of loneliness and
Mm.
staying away from all the things, without any friends or with not so much of socializing. People may think that, oh, you're in abroad, so you must be having a lot of fun, but it's not like that. It's always the other way around. With that, I thought that I should not be idle at
Mm.
home, and I wanted to cope up with all the difficulties that I'm facing alone here. So we thought that we can start with this and we can manage this so that we can distract ourselves. We can distract the feeling that we can also overcome the feeling that the earning that we are not able to be in our hometown with our parents or with our family members. So, in order to have a distraction from all the negative energy, we thought that this would help us a lot.
Okay. One honest question. So, when people are moving after marriage to other countries, I know the working visa will not allow the partner to work there. If I'm not wrong,
Yeah.
I don't have sound knowledge. So, immediately people, what they think is like they figure out a remote job from India because now the
Yeah.
remote culture is booming. So, have you tried that segment of getting a job in India?
Of course, actually, in Ireland, spouses can also work, but
Oh,
the
okay.
thing is that the market is very competitive, and people prefer the localites here.
Okay.
Being a spouse, I don't know if people may prefer me, though they have all the skill sets match. I tried to join in my previous organization, and luckily they took me as a consultant. So I've been working there. Even after working remotely, it's not always about money. It's always about talking with people. It's always about seeing faces, and
Hmm.
it's something that would drive us only if we do something for ourselves. So that is why even after trying that, even after working remotely here for an Indian startup, I felt like I should do something for myself so that it would drive me for something better and not be pushed into depression.
Very nice thought process, because post this phase, many people will be actually depressed and they will come back to India. Many things will happen, so that you have handled it wonderful. So now I want to ask this one question: how hard was it to manage the entire business operations of kickstarting a GST, everything
Yeah.
from India, but you still living in Ireland? How was the journey?
Yeah, the first thing is a time difference. Whenever we want to say something to our parents, it'll already be like around evening or something. So
Hmm.
we have to wait for the whole day, and then if they have any doubts, they will reach out to us. And then again, there is another like 5.5 hours of gap. So that itself, because the government operations is only like 8 hours or 9 hours. So
Correct.
we can't go and talk with the government officials after the hours, right? So that itself was a bit of hindrance for us. And second thing was with the document. We first saw that okay, it's just a GST, but our GST got failed 3 times, and then the fourth time we were able to get it. It took around like 4 months for us. Every time we had to wait for 20 to 25 days, and then it will get rejected. Again, we have to look for another property, or we have to outsource somewhere, and then again it got rejected. So that is how it was going. But luckily, we were able to get the GST after 4 months, and with the inventory as well. We may not be able to contact the customer, contact the manufacturers directly. Sometimes we may have to depend upon our parents, or sometimes we ourselves have to take some, third party SIM. But again, it's very, 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 very expensive. So what we thought was we can just try to contact them through WhatsApp, and if we are lucky, then we can find it. So we were able to do it with a cost saving hack through WhatsApp itself. But again, for everything, we have to depend upon our parents. For packing, also, we had to look into their time frame. Whenever they are free, they had to pack. It was a bit tedious, but I'd say that we should not give up on anything. If we can, handle things from abroad, then people in India should also be able to do this very well. So yeah.
Exactly, because when your GST got failed 2 times, I myself thought, oh, come on, there can be problem, but it was very long time for you. I know the
Yes.
exact story. But
Yeah.
what made you to be successful is all these, consistency, maybe I could say. Like, you are constantly working on this, both you and your husband, of course. So
Yeah.
after all these, you received your first order, right? So
Yeah.
after all these struggles, so how was that feel?
Yeah, first of all, before going to the my feeling, I'd say like the struggles that I faced. So, firstly, it was with the GST. Like it took around 4 months. We started applying it on November, but we got it on March. In March, the job was on stake, and we were struggling to find another job. So that itself was a bit of hindrance. So at one point, we were not able to concentrate on anything that we were doing. We just wanted so bad to get into another job. So that is how it was going. And once everything was settled, we at one point we also thought that we should quit the Amazon part as of now for temporary purposes, and then we'll get back after 6 months or 8 months. But again, something was telling us that don't quit. You can do it. Just wait for a moment. This can also be as a part of distraction from all the hustles that you're going through. So that
Hmm.
is how we thought. And once everything was sorted, we thought we can start the process. And then we asked our parents to pack the products. Everything was it. But again, one of my family members fell ill. So my parents were in the hospital, and they were not in Chennai. They were in Trichy. So again, there was a hindrance in packing and sending the products. So again, we had to wait for 2 months. Only on August, I think August 20 or 24, we were able to send our products, and it went approved in Amazon FBA as well. After that, I just started working on ads. My ads were not live. As soon as after that, I can see that in open orders there was one. I was like, "What's this?" I thought it was some system glitch or something, because it went live and it was some kind of system glitch. At first, I couldn't realize that it was my first order. I was waiting for 2 days. After that, I thought, okay, this one thing is not going. Let me write a mail to you. I dropped a mail, and then you guys were like, congratulations on your first order. Only then I can believe that I got the
Okay.
first order. Initially, it was very mixed feeling. I was like, is this really my first order, or is this not? That bit
Okay.
of confusion itself was going on for 2 days. And then once I got to know, it was also a weekend. So I couldn't wait until I could figure it out. And then I was very happy because it was like a very long process, almost a year,
Yeah.
and going through so much of struggles within a year is was tedious. And yeah, it was we felt very ecstatic after getting the first order.
Okay. So how much you made in the first 30 days?
In the first 30 days, I could say that I made around 36K.
Okay. So it got out of stock also, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did not expect that it would go so fast, but yeah, I mean, again, I am trying to restock it as soon as possible so that
Okay.
yeah, I may not run out of it.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe you're there, so the restock will actually take a lot of time. Maybe the next time you could streamline
Yes,
this particular process. So
of
one thing I
course.
want to ask, which I thought I need not mention, but you mentioned about the job issue that you had in between in the month of
Yeah.
April, May. So did you ever think during that time when job had an issue? Because when I saw that email and one day I had a conversation, I myself felt a little disturbed.
Yeah.
Because for me, going someone is going to another country for a job, and if there is no job, then the sense of fear will be very high. At that time, I know that you passed Amazon and you focused on job. But did you ever think maybe some 2 years or 3 years before itself, if we had started a business and passive income was there, maybe this feeling would be in a different state? This thought strike you at that time?
Yes, that thought was, killing us every day, because he was like, I joined her course, like I joined her one of her modules like 2 years ago in 2020 or 2021. Maybe I should have started back then, so that at least we may have some backup, or maybe we can pacify ourselves saying that we have something else to do as well.
Mm-mm.
So that thought was, kind of very, 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 disturbing us, and we felt very badly that we should have started it before. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
felt
my
that.
idea is not to again hurt you or something or make you feel bad, but always we postpone things, we procrastinate things. So this is just a
Yeah,
reminder for everyone. Like anything that we feel like we want to do, and if you're able to afford it, better do it. That's what I actually say.
of course.
So you can't have the perfect time. Now is the perfect time. You missed it already. So if you're someone thinking, better start it right now. So, so that was the reason I want to understand thought process, because as a human being, we always resonate and we try to justify few things and make the situation really good. We try to
Of
come out of
course.
it. So that was really great. So last question, final question. So how was our entire module support? I believe it has been a year, but how was our
Of course,
support
yeah.
modules? Just few words from you.
Yeah, so initially we started off, and with the first call itself, we thought that we should start this right away. And we can also see many people in the call. Firstly, when we join, we can see many people, just very normal, doing a good amount of, having a good amount of enthusiasm and asking so many doubts. So we thought that itself was firstly an inspiration. So before meeting the team, we met we met the participants. So we got to know how the participants are. So we thought that, okay, this is something that we should go with. And secondly, I would like to thank all the members that supported us. Bharati ma'am, and then Saraswati ma'am. Now, Ansar sir is also
Yes.
working with us, right? So he is also very supportive. One day, my campaign manager page was not all working. It just went blank. I was bleeding money there for 3 or 4 days, but he was like, "Don't worry, it'll just get resolved." So you can wait. And he also tried to escalate it from his side to your team as well. So that was very supportive, and yeah. So I could say that the team is very good, and they are very friendly, basically. Yeah.
Okay. So I believe when you joined, there was only one call with me, and currently we have three different calls with different team persons. So
Yeah.
you were there because it was 1 year. So we always improve. You were there with us all through the time. So
Yeah.
do you really feel that all these calls on Saturdays, PPC calls, on Monday calls is helping you a lot? Any feedback from your side?
Yeah, so for GST initially we were joining on Monday calls, and even for photo shoot, I had a good support from the team, because GST is a bit of technical thing, and not every person would know it. The team was very friendly in helping and understanding and figuring out though the modules were very helpful. We need some assurance from people
Correct.
when we talk with them. So they were like, yeah, you can follow this and you can follow that, and that was also very good. And after that, like for ads and audits and the PPC things, that was also very helpful, I'd say, because it helps us control from bleeding money. And they also suggest, Danush sir also suggests many strategies and where to improvise and where to optimize. So that itself is a very big help. I believe that no other no other academy or no other courses offer this kind of service, because that is something that we need. We need some live update. We have some live updates, and we need some corrections that would help us to, you know, help us with our mistakes, and not just, going forward or carrying forward with the flow. We need to work on it. And I felt that having these separate calls, and three different calls, and having support, a continuous support from the team, would always help all the people, and also people staying like us, or people, even housewives who had a larger career break, or people who want to start something from a very normal lifestyle, could also follow this, because everyone is very, very down to earth, I'd say, genuinely. And they use very simple language when they talk. It's not like, very complicated. So anyone can start this, and it has been very, very, very helpful, I'll say.
So glad to hear from you. And I believe in the upcoming years, your graph should increase and your
Yeah, of
Ireland
course.
job should be replaced by this. Of course, I always don't say like don't leave your job, but if you have that feel like I'm already making a passive money of so many lakhs or at least in thousands initially, that is a very different feel that you will have. So like a backup plan, I wish that should happen very soon.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. And thanks a lot for accepting the invite and coming to this call. I, of course, missed your husband because I thought we will take it the conversation in a different way. But kudos to both of you. It requires all hard work to do from a very different country. And it's not just US or UK because the things generally are different when you are in different state. But being from Ireland, I know the time zone, everything. And people won't even respect you if you call them using your number. Suppliers won't even respect you. They
Yeah,
won't pick your call. I know the real time scenario. So it was pretty good, hard job that you have done in the past 1 year. So just only one friendly reminder: make sure that you are keep on continuing this, expanding your products. Don't leave it at any point of time. And again, another advice: e-commerce is not just Amazon. Even though I teach about Amazon initially, it's all about multiple marketplaces. So try to work on more automatizations, and maybe
yeah,
this could because currently now I'm connecting with foreign people who stay in other countries, and I ask what is the opportunity there. We may not
yeah,
know. In Ireland you are already there, so you would understand the people mindset. So this
yeah,
may lead to an opportunity of opening another store in another country also. So start working towards that. That's what the advice that I would
yeah,
give.
sure. We'll look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is that we don't have a warehouse here, or we don't have a
No, I
facility.
feel like not, it's not just Amazon. So every now I'm studying on country wise. Like for example, if I study about Dubai, okay, study what is their VAT, what is the thing, and what is the market trend, how people are doing. So what is the government law? So I always feel every country has a very different thought process. First of all,
Yeah,
and the regulations will be different. But if we study it, because since you are there, some of my students are in UK and they are doing in UK also, even though I support only very minimal for it because I won't have the exact knowledge of the UK regulations. But since they are in UK, I support them in something whatever I am very strong. Rest all they take care.
yeah,
So recently, this thought process came to me like it's not just India. E-commerce is not just Amazon, and e-commerce is just not India. There is a huge
yeah,
demand across countries.
yeah,
So there is some gap always there. So try to figure out that. Maybe since you're there, no, so you can
yeah,
utilize the opportunity.
yeah,
And guys, if you want to kickstart your Amazon FBA in India, and if you want to know the step-by-step process, the masterclass link is along with this video. Do check out, and you can start this from the comfort of the home without any prior experience, technical knowledge, and even if you're not from India. And if you're watching my channel for the first time, make sure that you're subscribing and hit on the bell icon. Thank you.